Okay, we've covered the asset view. A few more things in here that we want to talk about. So I'm going to take the asset view window and just drag it out here so that we are able to see it a little bit better. What we want to talk about is the server tree, and that's the upper left or farmost left quadrant here within the asset view. So within the server tree, it's the way to organize all of our assets that correspond to the different content that we have within it. So basically what is happening here is that we have two options. We have a project folder and a regular folder, and this is how we can organize things. So if we right click within this area, we can come in here and say create project folder, and we can give this a name. We'll call it project 2. We'll click OK, and you can see that this project is a blue color. Now if we right click again, we can also create a root folder. And it gives you a naming prompt, and we can just give it a name and we can hit OK. And there is the folder. Now the difference between these are that projects can be collapsible and you can have things within a project. So other words, we can drag a folder into a project, but we can't drag a project into a folder. So if I want that folder right into that project, I can just click and drag it. It highlights that folder, and now it slides it into that project folder, giving you a triangle to reveal that there's something else in there. So by clicking in this blank area, you only have two options: create root folder and create a root project. When you come up into your projects and folders, when you right click on a particular project or folder, it gives you more options. Number one, we can rename it. So if you want to rename this default folder to something else, we can certainly just rename it when the naming prompt comes up. Also, we can delete a project. So the project that we just created, if we wanted to delete them, we can just highlight it, right click, and hit delete. It will give you a prompt. And when you click on any folder, you can also create a subfolder. So it gives you a naming prompt again, and we'll just give it a name of 1-2. And when we do that, it automatically creates a subfolder within that folder. So right clicking again on that same folder, we can also create a sub-project. And if we do that, we'll give it a name 1-3. You can see that it now has a blue folder, and it is a sub-project of another project. Let's go back and right click again. We can also say add bookmark. So if you want one of your folders here to be a bookmark, and so if you want one of your folders here to be a bookmark, you can right click on it and say add to bookmark. And what that does is creates a short list where you can quickly access that folder. Now believe it or not, as you start building in Vizrt, this window here is going to contain a lot more folders and subfolders. So having bookmarks is good. You can come up here and just click on this little bookmarks tab and then select whichever folder you want, and it highlights that folder immediately. Now because we only have 4 in here at the moment, it's not a big deal, but once you have multiple and many more folders and subfolders, this could become a lot more useful to you. So finally, if we right click again, we have what's called a restrict to project view. And if you do that, it only shows you what's inside of that folder. And by right clicking again, you can say remove that restriction. And if we open that folder that we had restricted, you can see that it would have showed you just all of these subfolders or sub-projects within that. So we click it again, restrict a project, it just shows you those things that within that main folder. Now with the bookmarks, if you want to delete a bookmark, there's a little trash can right on the side. So if you make a bookmark and then just need to trash it, you can hit the little trash can there, and that gets rid of it. Furthermore, with the bookmarks, if you just take the folder and drag it up into there, that will mark it as well. And you have a new bookmarks up there by clicking and dragging. At any time, if you're in one of your folders and you have an asset in one folder and you want to drag it to another folder, you can do that. So by just clicking and dragging, it's just going to move that into that folder. You can also hold down Control to click and copy it into that folder as well.